What up, everybody? It's your boy, Pyro, Slays Music. And today we're checking out Rancid. We got a whole album today from Rancid. We're checking out their third album, and out come the wolves. This is a community request. You guys dropped this in the comments, and we let our Discord vote. Basically, I've been throwing up like albums 5 at a time and letting the Discord decide where we go with it. The ones that don't get a vote, we remove from the list completely. And the ones that get votes stay. The one that wins, obviously, I'm checking out. So it's kind of what we're doing at the moment. We, as most of you know, we had a community list when we first started. It got way out of hand. We had a lot of people that were upset because how long things, would take to get there, and it was like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of requests. And it was like impossible for us to the amount of time we had, to tackle things. So we're kind of grouping that into albums, and the people that are kind of just jumping in, dropping requests, but they don't really, they're not around in the community. Those requests will probably, depending on the popularity, of course, of the music. But yeah, we're letting the Discord decide where we go with things, and this is where we're going. So shout out to them for that. Is this my first entire Rancid album? Obviously, we did the Op Ivy comp, but I don't know if I've listened to an entire Rancid album. But no, the first album. I've listened to that first album. Pretty sure. And I did enjoy that. Otherwise, it's just been songs. I do want to say I think I listened to Tomorrow Never Comes, which is a hilarious entry. We came into the game late. But off of this album, Roots Radical, Time Bomb, Olympia WA, and Ruby Soho, all those tracks, we've gained from reacting, and they've been in rotation since. So I'm pretty stoked. It's a pretty well-known punk album, if not, if we're talking ska punk, I'd say we're getting up there with the best of the best, probably. Huh? Maxwell Murder, let's get it. All right, the bass line there is just gnarly all the way through that. The vocals at times were, a little, I don't know if they were a little, they kind of ran together a little bit, which is just the speed they're going, you know what I mean? So I personally like this one. You're going to have to forgive me, guys. I am coming off a cold, still kicking my ass. In fact, me and Chuckles, we canceled our reactions today. He's dealing with some personal, family loss, and then I'm just being a baby about sickness. So I don't know if I got COVID or what I got from the Thanksgiving crowd, but it's been kicking my ass since. And yeah. So if I'm a little out of it, that would be why. That would be why. You'll have to forgive me. It's not that I'm not excited about this. It's just, yeah. I kind of made myself come out here to listen to music in 41-degree weather. This is when you know you have a music problem. Like, I should be in bed right now, probably resting. But we can't all be smart. We can't all be smart. The 11th hour.
You finally see all your broken dreams come crashing down your door. I said that a man an answer, and then the man they quake. What a question's fading and the wasted days come falling back for more. And I said, do you know where the power lies? And who pulls the strings? Do you know where the power lies? I said it starts and ends with you. Well, that's when you recognize when you can't get straight. There's a lonely place and all you do despise. Said boredom is for sale now, and helplessness you feel. It's a wounded dove and the hawks are above, but splattered and real and real. And I said, do you know where the power lies? And who pulls the strings? Do you know where the power lies? I said, starts and ends with you. I was almost over, and my world was almost gone. And in a sudden rush, I could almost touch the things that I'd done wrong. My jungle's made of concrete, and through the silence I could feel of my aim is true, and I will walk on through these mountains made of steel. And I said, do you know where the power lies? And who pulls the strings? Do you know where the power lies? I said, starts and ends with you. Oh, I said, starts and ends with you. I said, start and end with you.
All right. So I just want to say both of these tracks so far going in a playlist. This one, I did notice the bass still, but this one I kind of enjoyed more of the, I guess rhythm would be the right word for it. The more melodic moments were really nice here. I like that right after kind of a punch you in the face kind of song. The bongos? I don't know if they're bongos, but the drums that are played with the hand here are really, really nice, and I really like the mixing for this track as well. Really, really well put together. Solid. Now we're going on a 3-song run here of songs I know, but the goal here is to listen to the album as a whole and kind of take that in, right? So we're going to play through these and to get the whole vibe all at once. Roots, Radical.
Took the 60 bus out of downtown Campbell Benzonado. He was on there, he was waiting for me. While the punk rockers and the moon stompers who were out on the corners where they're sparing for change. I started thinking, you know, I started drinking. I don't really remember too much of that day. Something struck me funny when we ran out of money. Where do you go now when you're only 15? With the music execution and the talk of revolution, pretending when to go. Give on the boot, the roots are radicals. Give on the boot, you know I'm a radical. Give on the boot, the roots are reggae on my stereo. The radio was playing, Desmond Deco was singing on the 43rd bus as we climb up the hill. Nothing ain't coming from the reggae drumming, and we all come from one of it all. I said, why even bother? Hey, pick up the bottle, Mr. Bus driver, please let his people on. Rude girl care was a miniskirt girl, my blurry vision saw nothing wrong. With the music execution and the talk of revolution, pretending when to go. Give up the boot, the roots are radicals. Give up the boot, you know I'm a radical. Give up the boot, the roots are reggae. Dancer Campbell Benzinato, he was on there, he was waiting for me. While the punk rockers and the moon stompers who out on the corners where it's very chill. Cause the radio was playing, then the thicker was singing, and the 43 bus as we climb up the hill. Rude girl care was a miniskirt girl, my blurry vision saw nothing wrong. With the music execution and the talk of revolution, it pretended. When it goes out, give them the boot, the roots are radicals. Give them the boot, you now I'm a radical. Give them the boot, the roots are reggae on my stereo. Give them the boot, the roots are radicals. Give them the boot, you know I'm a radical. Give them the boot, the roots are reggae on my stereo.
Now, I'm, you know, obviously heard this a few times, just a few. I'm trying to kind of lyrically understand what the hell's going on here. If anybody wants to help break this down in the comments, I would appreciate that. But honestly, I was kind of getting let's look into the very, very, very beginning. Took the 60 bus out of downtown Campbell. Benzinato, he was on there. He was waiting for me. All the punk rockers, the moon stompers, are out on the corners where they're sparring for change. I started thinking, I started drinking. I don't really remember too much of that day. So I had a good time that day. Something struck me funny when we ran out of money. Where do you go now when you're only 15? So not only are we talking out there just abusing alcohol, we're at a young age here as well. With the music execution and the talk of revolution, it bleeds in me and it goes, give them the boot, the roots, the radicals. So that's what I actually did not catch. Obviously, the roots, the radical, that whole part, when it plays. I don't know if I caught the give them the boot part before, though. Give them the boot, the roots, the radicals. So it's like get rid of them. And then, later on, the roots, the reggae on my stereo. Also, he brought up Desmond Decker, and I love that track, Israelites. Good stuff right there. So the chorus gave me a different picture of kind of, like the verses here kind of have a little more story background, but just the chorus, especially there at the end, I was like, I wonder if this is like, it almost gives a vibe of like somebody who is like, no, I'm radical. Gotta get rid of the other radicals that are different than me or something from just the chorus. But I was wondering if there was something specific that was kind of noting. Obviously, a lot of this is, I'm assuming kind of just pulling from their history of stuff that's happened to them, right? I could be wrong. Again, I'll let you guys fill me in. Time Bomb.
If you wanna make a move, then you better come in. It's just ability, that reason that we're so thin. Living and dying, and the stories that are true. Sink into a collapse, knowing when you're through. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Well, he's back in the hole where they got him living like a rapper. He's smarter than that. 9 lives like a cat, 15 years old. Take them to the youth authority home. First thing you learn, you gotta make it in this world alone. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Now he's gone out, he got free, he got a coat, got a car. He's 21 years old, he's running numbers from the bar. He's paid his people, he's getting deep in whatever he can move on, and you know that kid a creepin'. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac, yeah. The boys are time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. The boys are time bomb. The boys are time bomb. tattooed below his eye. His mother cries, she knows that he is strong enough to die. He's rolling in the Cadillac, his midnight sunroof is down. 3 shots right out of here and dead, the new king is crowned. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. Yeah, the poison time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. Yeah, the poison time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. Yeah, the poison time bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. Yeah, the poison time bomb.
Now, I feel like this song gets a little too much hate. Maybe it's just some of the random people I'm around or whatever. But this song, it might be a little overplayed, and that's coming from someone who just discovered it in the last like 3-4 years, right? It definitely might be a little overplayed. Actually, it might be 5 years. I was probably like around 2020. I ran into this. Was this? See, I'm at the point now where I don't really remember if I found this for the first time reacting or if I found this prior to. Because prior to, excuse me, shout out to Sam, one of my friends. We used to go to like all these like reggae fests and, Bad Fish. So I was like very much into reggae kind of leading up to these reactions. And I just kind of just started discovering the differences between the ska and not understanding the differences between rock steady, reggae, ska, and all of that, which to me at the time just kind of was one thing. But yeah, so there's definitely a potential that I've heard this way before reacting. I don't remember, to be honest, though. I don't remember. I wasn't really into very, very much punk rock stuff. I was in such an odd time in my life. I was listening to metalcore and reggae. I was the one I was listening to when I'm really pissed off, and the other one when I need to calm the fuck down. Shoot. Olympia WA. This one I remember being really good, too. We reacted to this, me and Chuckles. And if I remember right, you guys all know how much of a Rancid hater Chuckles is because he's a piece of shit. But I think he liked this one, too.
Straight. He knew that I was in trouble. I was feeling much like the devil. There was something burning deep inside of me. Ran into the Puerto Ricans. These girls took us to the fun house where we played a lonely pinball machine. Hanging on the corner, 152nd and Broadway. The cars passing by, but none of them seem to go my way. In New York City, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia. I'm having a hard time understanding. It gets harder to manage. She's all cool and I'm stranded. Something burning deep inside of me. All I knew, it's 4 o'clock and she ain't never showed up and I watched 1,000 people come from work. Yeah! Hanging on the corner on 52nd and Broadway. A car's passing by, but none of them seem to go my way. New York City, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia. How many times will it take me before I go crazy? Before I lose everything? Something burning deep inside of me. Running to the Puerto Rican. These girls took us to the 40s. I don't wanna be alone again. Hanging on the corner, 152nd and Broadway. A car's passing by, but none of them seem to know my way. New York City, oh, I wish I was on the highway. Back to Olympia.
All right. I would be freaking shocked if this was still in Chuck's playlist. I would be blown away. Blown away. Just even me listening to, so look, we're 5 songs in. Tim's voice definitely stands out as being unique. And I mean, I'm a big Op Ivy fan. And even for me at times, I'm like, I don't know. Don't know if I'm feeling it. But I think with like this song, for example, there's times where it's like goes to my rotation pretty heavy, and then it typically kind of falls out because I'm just not in the mood for those style of vocals. And I think honestly that's kind of where I'm at with some punk music. But I love that the uniqueness a lot of times with punk is in the voice. Like it's people that wouldn't, they haven't trained their life away trying to get their voice ready and stuff. It just fucking sending it. And I really do love that about punk, but damn, is there some times where I stumbled into some shit that I'm like, I'm not ready for this. But it does grow on me. And it's just, typically, it's just like, am I in the mood for that? You know what I mean? Like for that sound. And that's kind of how I operate when it's not very often that I'm not in the mood for some sort of punk rock. I mean, I listen to a lot of different genres. We know this. It's no secret. I post all the stuff here, obviously, on our channel. And, I think I listened to like 140,000 minutes of music this year, which is a shit ton. And my top genre was skate punk. So, yeah. And that was pretty much keeping up with everything that dropped throughout the year and listening to that stuff too. So it's definitely clear that I love the genre. But Lock, Step, and Gone. Keep it going. I absolutely adore that. Huh? Stop. Go. And then you have the nice little breakdowns in between. That and that made the track for me. Obviously, I was kind of digging lyrically as well. A random thought here. Random thought. I'm a fantasy author, and a lot of times when like I think it's kind of a trope, I think, in fantasy fiction to start with. But like, all right, you think like Lord of the Rings, like you have your person walking through the woods and suddenly there's no sounds in the woods, right? That was the vibe I got from this. Something's wrong. Ships aren't coming in. And then he's like talking about a riot. But that, it reminded me of like that fantasy trope of like, the woods is quiet. Something's not right. Right before something happens, something pops off. And that's kind of weirdly what I was getting here from the chorus. Really nice track. I don't know if we've had... I think maybe the 11th hour might be below a 7, but I think all the other ones are well above a 7. I think Maxwell Murder 7-ish is fine. Actually, I might like Lock, Step, and Gone more than Maxwell or Murder, which is just kind of a wild thing to say, but hell, why not? Roots and Radical, that's probably like an 8. And then Time Bomb, maybe like 9 for me personally. This is a solid album so far. Everything's in a playlist. Junkie Man. Keep it going before I lose my voice. Okay, there were definitely parts here where the vocals bothered me. and it's just kind of the cadence and the rhythm, and some of the areas were just specifically, I think the biggest one that just did not sound right in my head was I butcher some words, man, let me tell you. That's wild. There was parts of this I did like, though. I struggle to say it's a bad song. I don't think it's a bad song. It's just the vocals are not for me in this one specifically. I was kind of chuckling that part where he's like something about loving a transistor. Like, that's where Korn got their the inspiration for their song "Twisted Transistor." It's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna write a whole song about somebody just. Listed MIA, missing in action. And this one, oh, no. Okay, we're good. Okay, we still have quite a few spins on most of these. Not that that matters by any means. I just kind of find it fascinating to see what songs get listened to more. But this one's around that 5 milli mark, which is pretty insane for a punk album, obviously. Let's get into it. I like this track a lot, actually. I think this one blows Junkie Man out of the water. Honestly, just a little bit more my style. I kind of like the gruffness there with the vocals. Now, that was Lars, right? I don't have the names all the way. Yeah, Lars. He did the lyrics for this one as well. Oh, so it's him, composer and lyricist. Got it. Okay. No, I really like this track, and actually, I think I like kind of that. I love that chorus, honestly. That's gonna have me coming back for sure. This next one's Ruby Soho. We've heard this before, so while we're listening to this, real quick, I want to throw some info at you. This dropped August 22nd, 1995. If you listen to this album on the year of release, late summer, sound off in the comments. I want to know. I want to know who here in our community has been just bumping this shit out of this album for a long-ass time. We're here 20 years later, 30 years later. 30. 30. Oh, you don't even know how sad that was. I was thinking 20, and I was like, 20 years. That's quite a bit. No, 30. In my head, I was still in my 20s for just a second, and then reality crashed down around me. I'm old. Oh my gosh! I mean, this album released essentially like 3 years after I was born. So that's saying something. But yeah, that I really am curious. Like, that's for me. There's a lot of good albums that when I was younger, especially, that I remember buying, and like with my friends, and we'd go just jam the shit out of them. And so if you have a special moment with this album, I would love to hear that. The label is Epitaph, and then Jerry Finn is the producer, and Jerry Finn produced a bunch of stuff for other bands like Green Day and Blink-182 and Sum 41 as well. So I'm not super familiar with Jerry, but I've definitely seen his name on other projects. So yeah, let's keep this moving. Like I said, I'm just trying to get through this before I lose my voice, but I can't stop chatting.
Echoes of reggae coming through my bedroom wall. Having a party up next door, but I'm sitting here all alone. Two lovers in the bedroom, and the other starting to shine. Oh God, it's this blank stare, a candle clouded up. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. He's singing, and she's there in the hand. He's singing his name on the marquee, but she will never understand. Once again he's leaving, and she's there with tear in her eye. Embraces with a warm gesture. It's time to say goodbye. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. Ruby's heart ain't beating, 'cause she knows I'm feeling is gone. She's not the only one admitting there's something wrong. Her lover's in the distance as she wipes a tear from her eye. Ruby's fading out, she disappears, it's time to say goodbye. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. 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 Destination now, ruby, 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 Soho. Destination ruby, 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 Soho.
Banger. I absolutely love how chill this track feels. Like, it has just a really nice vibe about it. It's not poppy by any means, but it has lots of peaks and valleys, and I like that for especially. So heard it before, but that's probably gonna actually go back in heavy rotation. I'm not gonna lie to you. So put that right there. Put it right back in the playlist. Right meow. Dolly City Train, and this is moving on to the second leg of the album. Yeah, let's get it.
He was an artist and a writer and a poet and a friend. In a man's life, he will take a fall, but how low he goes, it just depends. Yeah, he shouldn't go in the bedroom at the station.
organ play there at the end. This was honestly really solid. I expected just in between Ruby Soho and Journey to the end of the East Bay, we're looking at, Ruby Soho has like 81 million plays. Journey has 10 million, and this one had like 5. So I expected maybe a dud. I don't think so. Like, this is a good ass track still. Very chill, and maybe it didn't have anything that like jumped out at me that I loved. But who doesn't love a good story about a gambling man? You know what I mean? Classic. Yeah, and just the pacing for that song was really nice as well. Very solid. It's gonna go to playlist as well. I don't know if I've had one song miss a playlist. No, I haven't. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Journey to End of East Bay. I feel like I've heard this one before, so we might have reacted to this at some point. I don't remember, and if so, I don't think it was enough that I liked it. But we'll find out here after a listen, and we'll know for sure.
Attention on a border being destroyed us. 4 kids on tour, 3,000 miles in a photo car. Not knowing what's going on. You got a million years, torn out like this. Hell no, no premonition could have seen it. To the end, our journey to the end. To the end, to the end, our journey to the end. To the end, to the end, to the end, our journey to the end. This is a Mecca. I said this ain't no Mecca, man. This place is fucked. 3 months go by. He had no home. He had no food. He's all alone. I said, throwing one shame on you. Said for me twice. He went back to New Orleans. To the end, our journey to the end. To the end, to the end, our journey to the end. To the end, to the end, to the end, our journey to the end.
Okay. I like the intro and outro there a little bit. It has a little more of that abstract kind of punk intro, the feedback, and just some little odds and ends. I like the little couple guitar notes that they included in here. But this track as a whole might blend in with the album a little bit. It might feel a little samey, but I actually kind of really dig it. And I never reacted to this one. We have not reacted to this. I just actually pulled up all the reactions for Rancid that we've done, and holy hell, we've done quite a few, but it's been a bit. Probably because Chuck's bitching. Always bitching about him. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't want to listen to Rancid. April 2022 is when we did our first Rancid reaction, which was I Want to Riot. And then we did 1998, Time Bomb, Olympia, Antennas, Radio, Tomorrow Never Comes, Don't Make Me Do It, Dead Bodies, which is personally my favorite Rancid track. Dead Bodies goes hard. Like, unnecessarily hard. Fucking good. It's really good. If you haven't heard that one, Dead Bodies, go listen to it. You got to like hardcore a little bit more, I feel like, to really appreciate that one. But Maxwell Murder, that's obviously, we just listened to that one. But that we checked that out in 2023. Rancid Other Side, Roots of Radical, 23 as well. So, Jesus, we're getting into late in the game. But the last one we checked out was 2024. So this is last December. We dropped Red Hot Moon. It has been a long time since we've had any Rancid on the page, apparently. I didn't realize it had been that long. Insane. Absolutely insane. God, time goes by so quick. It's bowl, man. It's bowl. Honestly, I think this is, at least for me personally, I love the music discovery thing, the way we kind of did it, just because I can go back 3 or 4 years and I'm like, I don't remember what my first thoughts were on this. And I can listen to it. And I personally love that. I love that I can go back and see the history of my growth musically. Most of those old punk videos is me bitching about just classic punk sounds. She's Automatic.
The way that she moves, well, I was aroused, empowered and passion by every move. It's so cold outside, we need a place to hide. Going to the club to buy half of the night. She's automatic, so automatic. The way that she moves, the way that she moves. She's automatic, so automatic. The way she moves. The situation's so tricky, I was feeling so proud. The bass and the drums, the music's so loud. She asked me if I would stand at her side like glue that I would to the end of the night. She's automatic, so automatic. The way that she moves, the way that she moves. She's automatic, so automatic. The way she moves. Yeah. My head was spinning a million miles an hour. The chance I was taking, I get anxious around her. She put her head on my shoulder, started to hold her, swinging and swaying, the moment begun. She's automatic, so automatic. The way that she moves, the way that she moves. She's automatic, so automatic. The way she moves, yeah. I said 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 the way she moves.
Okay, so we have a song about making love here, and honestly, very tasteful for a punk rock song. Really tasteful. Didn't go into too many unnecessary details that we didn't need, but just enough to paint the picture. You know what I'm saying? She's Automatic. Now, the automatic thing, I kind of wonder what that reference is to. I never really thought about it, but I've heard that used before. And she's automatic. So is it maybe like, is this like a car thing? Because like manual, you're thunking it around quite a bit, and automatic, you just pop it in drive and smooth sailing. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's. I'm assuming that's kind of probably what it was. The transition between manuals and automatic, and then we came up with some slang. Regardless, good ass track. Yeah, honestly, I dig that one quite a bit. It's gonna go on a playlist as well. I have all of them, like all of them. I'm waiting for at least one of these songs. I'm like, there's 19 songs in this album. There's got to be one that I don't put in a playlist. There's always one. There's always one. And so far, if I had to pick one, Junkie Man is walking that line. Walking a thin line with me. But other than that, everything else is solid. Old Friend.
again. It's a solid line that never ends. I got stories that you'll never believe, and I know it. I wear it on my sleeve. Some of us something about you that I like, but right here in the rain, and no, it just don't seem right. I always go out, I never hide, but in Cleveland, I still stayed inside. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again. Testify my love for you, and I know it runs deep through your body too. From cold black top to the hot concrete, the old tin fan, it ain't so sweet. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again. Somewhere in America, they said night, and we were far from home, but you know it's gonna be alright. Then a fortune that can print up our vulture's eyes, 86 cents in the pockets of mine, and you can take my money, you can take my time, but you can't take my heart, it's in the city behind. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again. Good morning, honey. You like an old friend? Come and see me again.
I liked everything about that except Tim's voice. I'm going to send this one to Chuck just to really piss him off. I'm going to be like, hey, Chuck, I feel exactly what this song says is how I feel towards you. And I'm going to make him listen to the whole thing. And then afterwards, I'm like, I really don't know what the lyrics were. I just want to make you listen to Tim's voice. And it really threw me for a loop here a couple times. And I want you to suffer too. Honestly, I really flows well. There's just a couple parts on that first verse where, like, I was like, okay, hold on, this part right here.
You're like an old friend, come and see me again. Oh, yeah. Look up, you're clear again.
Like, right there, like, that unnecessarily did not flow right. From hook to verse. It just did not sound right in my head. And then the tone that he chose to sing in just wasn't there for me. I like the song itself. It's just I gotta say the vocals they're a little wonky, but obviously my opinion is minor. You know why? Because this has 18 million spins. 18 million. I can't even. We get like 10 views. I can't even 18 million. Holy shit. That's a lot. That is a lot. So, regardless of what I think, that is impressive. Disorder and disarray.
Best man can't shake my hand and show me numbers that I understand. You're kind of like a burning wind. Two sides coming in quick. Say goodbye when you see me side. Now I'm crucified. The ground's fertile and the grass is green. So many things to be seen. So many beds to be heard. Just for once can I be ignored. Say goodbye when you see me side. Now I'm crucified. He's back, like city. Oh, gonna get away. No reason for me to stay. But I'll come back another day. Get on the bus and I ain't got enough money. The driver said that ain't enough, man. I said, what the fuck you talking about? Say goodbye when you see the sign. Now I'm cruising by. Show me numbers and I understand. You're fucking all up your burning wick. Two sides covered so quick. Say goodbye when you see me sign. Now I'm cruising by. Oh, what the papers say. Caught up in the disarray. Well, look on her face, oh, he dropped the bomb. Haha, yeah, Tim, they had us paid all along.
This is another one, maybe not, but this is another one I'm kind of getting Op Ivy vibes from as well. That's a banger. But we are definitely getting in the territory as well. It's getting a little samey sounding. That's where I'm kind of curious if I'm going to have like some kind of hot take here, is if these last couple songs, if they're kind of average, if this, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not looking through this album with nostalgia glasses either. So, obviously the album being super popular for the time so far, it is definitely standing the test of time. I want to be clear. I'm not doubting that at all. But I'm curious if there's going to be, you know, a couple tracks here, 19 fucking tracks. If there's going to be a couple that are bad, or at least make it feel samey. It is a wee bit bloated for a punk album. Just a wee bit. But then again, I could completely be wrong if I, you know, let's get to the end here before I start making wild accusations. The War's End.
Little Sammy was a punk rocker. You know his mother never understand him. Went into his room and smashed his Billy Bragg record. Didn't want him to hear that communist lecture. Little Sammy was a punk rocker. You know his mother tried to take him to war. War, Sammy, now the war is over. War, Sammy, now we're at the war's end. 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 Go! Little Sammy was a punk rocker. Now it's time for you to leave home. War, Sammy, now the war is over. War, Sammy, now we're at the war's end. We're at the war's end. We're at the war's end. Yeah, 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 we're at the end. We're at the war's end.
Okay. I personally thought that was fine. Minute 53. Didn't stick around too long. Yeah, I don't have any complaints with that one at all. You don't care nothing. You don't care nothing? I can't lie, so banger. There's nothing to be said other than it's a banger. It might be titled a little odd. You don't care nothing. But, you know, hey. I was home educated. I ain't here to correct his grammar. Oh, shit. No, that was honestly, that was a fun bop. That was a fun bop. I honestly, I have no problem with that one. Like, not even sound-wise, no samey complaints. Like, it might be a little samey, but it's okay. It stands on its own. It's good enough. Let's keep it going as Wicked.
I saw a man on a street. He's in a dancer of a sunny. He moves so slow like a dying train, like a machinist who got caught in a machine. I told this lady and she was crying. She said it's hard when someone you love is dying. I saw this kid's about 5 years old. He's in a park all alone. It's cold. There's something coming around. As wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be, as wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be. I know this girl, she's barely alive. She's all haggard, she's only 25. She said she's never had a friend before. I said, hey girl, I'll be your friend, but who's keeping score? I saw this other little girl on the phone. Her mother's coming home from far, far from home. The little girl was very hesitant. Her best friend lied dead on the pavement. There's something coming around. As wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be, as wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah. I always end up back on the hill, looking down at the landfill. I'll go there when I can. My friend Marty said, Tim, you're a lucky man. There's something coming around. As wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be, as wicked as it may seem, as wicked as anything could be.
I think that's my stinker of the album. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of that one. It felt very much like a distilled version of some of the better songs we've had on this album. I gotta say, I really love the bass playing though. I mean, it's gnarly. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think the sound, this one really blends in with the rest of it. Avenues and Alleyways.
Change a step aside. It's all for you that took you by surprise. The sun's coming up, yeah, new dawn arrives. A generation standing stand with anger in their eyes. No love in the city, cause there's no connection. Stricken by disease, a racial infection. I'm a battery man coming through you. In every alleyway, on every avenue. Oi, oi, oi! Ash on a fear that we suffer. People say again, no one understands each other. He's a different color, but we're the same kid. I treat him like my brother, he'll treat me like his. We're an eye for an eye, yeah, tooth for a tooth. Brother against brother, should be singing with the group. The inner city's treat me like this. Of all the blood that spills, of all the guts that fly, the media paints a picture that stains all our eyes. Pits of dogs against the cats. Now who is responsible for the power in the issue? The force is unstoppable. Battery man, coming through to you. In every alleyway, in every avenue. Oi, oi, oi.
I see you. Guys, we have a late stage banger. A late stage banger. Everybody loves to see that. How the hell does this not have more plays? This song is a vibe. I love this track. It's a lot of fun. This is my, I think, like, is it the best on the second leg of the album? Oh, weirdly, I kind of like She's Automatic, which is such an odd one for me to enjoy. But this one's gonna be my pick, I think, for the second leg of the album. I like this one a lot. The Way I Feel is the last track, and let me tell you, I'm not feeling great. I'm getting the hell out of here. We're gonna jam this. We're gonna talk about the album for a second, and then I'm gonna go crawl back into my bed and with my dogs and just try to sleep this off. That's what I've been doing the last 2 days, just trying to sleep off this flu cold thing that I got from being thankful at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving always gets me. If it's not Thanksgiving, it's Christmas. It's one of the get-togethers. You know what I mean? Somebody shows up, they don't really realize they're sick, and bam! Here I am, struggling. So, yeah, let's find out how Rancid feels. At least back in 95.
Just to throw me back down. Apologies too late when you're up against a wall. Compassion heals while duplicity kills. They say that I'm different. They say that I'm different. The only thing different is the way I feel about you. Calmly. When you got to the top, you see enemies. Oh, you say that I'm different. You say that I'm different. The only thing different is the way I feel about you. Watch you squirm, cause you say I'm different. You say I'm different, man. Oh, the only thing different is the way I feel about you.
All right, guys. That was And Out Comes the Wolves, Rancid's third album, dropped in 95, like I said earlier. And let's dig into this. I mean, first off, we got to talk about the bass. The bass, Freeman here is just tearing it up. It's funky, but honestly, a lot of the times it just really just kind of wraps into the sound. But I love that I can hear it, and it's just... That's something punk rock really has done for me as well. Prior to punk, honestly, I didn't really recognize a whole lot of bass in music. Kind of just an instrument that really, really blended together for me, if you will. And to me now, it's a lot more noticeable. But damn it, it's something I think punk as a musical genre does right. And it's just when it sounds funky, man, it's funky. And I'm saying that in a good way. I like my bass funky. You know what I mean? I want that Seinfeld bass, which I'm pretty sure is not actually a bass, if I remember that correctly. But I'd have to look back into that. Regardless, that's what I want my bass to sound like. Some baby making bass. You know what I mean? This is all the way through. I like the mixing. I thought the production was really well done as well. You have a lot of that vocal roughness, which I appreciate because it's bringing a very human element to this. And you know what I mean? I'm not a lover of Tim's voice by any means. And there's several times in different punk bands or whatever when we're checking them out, and I just cannot get over the vocals. Tim's vocals are not that level for me, but there's definitely times where I'm like, what the fuck are we trying to do here, dude? It just all kind of slurs together. Again, I'm not the kind of person that, like, I can say shit because my sentences are so half-structured. Awful altogether. But for my musical taste, this is not going to help my half-sentence structured self. It's going to make it worse. This is gonna make me digress. So shame on Tim for that. Lyrically, honestly, solid. We have a lot of like more personal stories. Just kind of, it feels like somebody that I don't want to say grew up on the street, but they definitely grew up on the street kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Like you're 15 drinking at least in one of the stories. Very rough kind of upbringing for your teenage years for sure. But you're seeing a lot of those personal stories, I think, wrapped up into that, which I do like. And I think something that a lot of, like, I think with the current surgence of AI, and like I feel like I haven't seen a whole lot of people that are in the punk realm get riled up about AI quite yet. And I'm not sure if it's just like they're not, I don't really know. I don't really know. There's so much AI slop out there right now. It's getting bad. Like, I believe on the country Billboard, wasn't there like an AI song made the top 100, which is fucking horrendous. I'm not trying to be annoying and bringing up AI and everything. I do bring up AI a lot, and I shit on generative AI quite a bit. It's bad for the environment. I think it's fucking lazy. It brings, it takes like, the masterful projects that have been done in music before. You'll never reach those peaks with AI because it's scraping everybody else's work and making something original from their work, right? And I think what's going to happen is it's going to get overused to a point that it either really hurts music for a while, at least on the mainstream side of things, but I think the underground will really bustle from it because people come back to something like this or, like something which would have turned me off probably originally hearing Tim's vocals and being like, hey, this is unique. This is flawed. This is human. And this is why I love it. And I think we're really losing that. I understand, tools, that always gets upgraded. Everybody bitches when tools get upgraded. I get that, but I think generative AI specifically, especially if we're talking like the AI art crap, I don't think it's art. I'll just be straight up with that, and I've been very upfront about that. I run a publishing company. I'm not even gonna fucking play games with that. All the writing I've done is my own shitty writing. You know what I mean? And I think it's more because of that, because it's more personal. Take it as it will. I mean, you're going to have, again, there's going to be flawed stuff with every project that's human. It's never going to be perfect. And I don't think AI will be either. I think it's just a lot of people are utilizing it who didn't have the time nor the perseverance to actually put down their own music and take time to learn. And honestly, I don't like that at all. I'd rather just see the people that are perseverance and they find the time to get the shit out at any means necessary. And I don't care if we're fucking, what's that one band? The Days and Days. I'm not a fan vocally of Days and Days either, especially their older stuff. But recording in a closet to get it fucking done, that's punk rock as shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I think musically, I think we need to acknowledge that and give people more their flowers more when they do stuff like that, because it's dope as hell. But yeah, enough of my tangent on AI. But I just really think punk rock could really see a surgence if like that happens the way I think it probably will. At least I hope. But knowing humanity, it'll be everybody will be brain dead and just enjoying AI music, and life will go on. Getting closer and closer and closer to that. Oh my God, that movie where like everybody is basically stupid and everything's done for them, and they're watering the plants with Powerade or whatever the fuck it was. What is that movie? Oh my God, it's gonna drive me nuts. But it's at this point, it's basically a documentary. So figure out what that movie is. Watch that movie. It's scary. It's like our 1985, but stupider. We're all worried about the government. It just turns out it's fucking people suck. People suck. Oh, what are you gonna do? But yeah, we're gonna go back to this. The songs are great here. I'm actually shocked at how like they really avoided the samey vibe. There was a couple songs for sure, but 19 songs, man, let me tell you, I don't get through many songs that are, are albums that are 14 plus, let's say, track wise. And I'm not typically making it to the end of that without finding one. And there's 2, maybe 3 in here that kind of sound samey to me. That's impressive on 19. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's very impressive. I jotted down some of my ratings here that we kind of went over at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of average out what I'm thinking here, and we'll call it a day. Oh, dear God. So I'm thinking, again, with sound, I think the legacy that this album has, all the stuff combined. Remember, this is a first listen. So a lot of times my first listens are definitely kind of piss poor. I'm going to be straight with you. I've had so many albums that were like, or even songs that I'm like, this is a 6, and then it ends up being an 8 for me. But I think with this one having 4 or 5 songs that I've heard off of it already, I think I have a pretty good, solid idea where I'm going to sit with it. Excuse me. I am going to go with a flat 8 here. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's great. I think it's superb. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to go with an 8 here. This could grow again, depending on, some of these other tracks that I haven't heard, depending on how much they pop for me in my like out of my casual listening. We'll see. But I think for my personal taste, I think this album's an 8. It's really long, so I find that really impressive that we didn't get too samey. The production and mixing is really nice. And I know, again, people don't like when I bring that up with punk, but this is my listening and what I like to hear. So I'm telling you what my feelings are for it. Not trying to be like, they should have done this. No, that's not what I'm fucking doing here. Now, I might say things like that just to irritate you guys, but, I don't actually mean that. I'm not a producer. Though that could be fun. That would be fun. That's what I should do. Is just have somebody send me a song, and I'll try to produce it and watch how bad that I fucking butcher it. Teach me a lesson. No, but yeah, so I'm just mainly speaking off what I personally listen to. I think this is an 8. I think that I'll come back to this album quite a bit, actually, But I do think there's going to be times where I'm not really feeling the vocals, and it just I won't listen to it at that time. But yeah, no, this is a really, really damn good album. I definitely could see this growing a little bit. Maybe not. I could see it going up to like the 8.5 range for sure. If I'm really digging the songs, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's just go with a solid 8 here. This is really nice. I think if I had to choose still, if I'm comparing this to Op Ivy, just for some fun, that Op Ivy, again, I didn't listen to the separate. I just realized that I didn't listen to the separate Op Ivy albums. I listened to the whole comp of like the 2 albums that they put out, if I'm remembering that correctly. And that blew me away. I think I'd take Op Ivy every day over Rancid, but that's not really important here. I think Rancid still has a really solid discography from what I've heard. Honestly, then this album's going to give me so much more for me to torture Chuck. What's not to love there? Honestly, I should. Too bad I don't have like just somehow I could just stuff them all in Chuck's playlist just to really piss him off, ruin his fucking day. Because if I could, I would. That'd take some degree of hacking, and not a hacker. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go to bed. I'm Pyro Slays Music. I hope you enjoyed this review, reaction, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Again, apologies if it's a little out of sorts. I'm still battling that cold. And again, shout out to our Discord and our YouTube comments. I'm taking stuff from YouTube comments that I'm seeing, put it in a community list just like we did back in the day. But our biggest problem we had back then was someone would drop like a random punk track, right? And we'd react to it, and you'd get 2 views. Nobody would comment on it. No one would like it. That person never came back to check on it. So it kind of added this really big annoyance for me that's like, okay, if you want to be part of the community and have a request, I want to see what your thoughts are on my, you know what I mean? And that just wasn't there. So it kind of got frustrating, and me and Chuck ended up saying, fuck it, and we weren't doing any of the community lists there for like all of last year, pretty much, essentially. And this has been fun, though. So essentially, I've just been taking whole albums that I've seen in the comments, put it in the Discord, 5 at a time, let people vote on it. The ones that get voted in, the highest one, that's the one I'm checking out. The other ones that get votes just go right back into the playlist, and for another vote for next time maybe. And then the ones that get 0 votes in the Discord, those get removed completely until next time they're dropped in the comments. So if you have of an album that you think I should check out, drop it in the comments, and we'll see if our Discord votes it in. But until next time, I'm Pyro. Hit that likey, hit that sub. Obviously, go show Rancid to your friends. Go support the band if you're a huge fan. And peace the hell out.